Hey guys, welcome back to Coughing Up Stitches. Sorry it took me so long to get the cardigan on here. I have had some car issues, and then as I've done told you guys, I've been moving and everything and just dealing with like some family personal stuff too. So it saved me a while to get it on here, but this is the finished one. Please don't come after me for my sew-ins. I haven't done this one sleeve yet, so don't come after me for that. But I just kind of want to show you guys like what it was and show you how I actually did the arm and everything, how I sewed it in. I know I just posted the video of how to do the sleeve with measuring and everything and what you needed to do with that. And I hope that that was understandable. That was kind of like, I need to get this video out here because it's been like 2 weeks since I posted something. So I was trying to make it as easy as possible as I could for you guys. But this is what it looks like finished on me. I done mine for as a medium 4-weight yarn is what I used, and I normally go for a 3X. So this actually comfortably comes together right here. So if I wanted to pin it when I go out, I could, to kind of like keep it together. I could and still be comfortable. And as you can see, it's stretchy too with the stitch that we used, the back post, or not back post, but back stitch only. I'm sorry about that. But it's very stretchy, as you can see, so it's stretched pretty good. I did want my sleeves a little bit longer, so instead of measuring from my elbow down to my arm, I measured from actually the top of my arm down. But as you can see, the seam right here, it's actually right here, but I wanted my sleeves longer, so I did it like that. And then at the top part of my arm, I measured my bicep and went around and made it, I think, 2 inches bigger than what I normally do. I'll have to look back at my notes, but they are actually packed up right now, so I can't look at them right now. But I just kind of want to show you guys like how it looked. I'm going to show you on the fur. What I did was I just done a single crochet in the holes that I could find right there, if you guys can see that. I just done a single crochet all the way around. If you wanted to go ahead and you wanted a lot of fur, you could go ahead and do another round in the fur as well, and it'd probably make it about that much bigger, but I didn't want a whole lot because I wanted to keep it, number one, I wanted to keep it simple. I like simple things, so I wanted to keep it simple, and also I wanted it to look fancy, but not so fancy that it couldn't just be worn to Walmart to pick up groceries if you wanted to. The reason that I done black, well, is one, obviously I'm not gonna find a red to go with this red because this was I think it was Red Heart Red. It was just a Red Heart Red. I think it might have been like cherry red maybe or something. It was a little bit deeper. And you're gonna be able to see when I show you my seams that I did have to use a different red to sew it all together. But I done the black on the sleeve as well, just a single crochet right there, because this was the only black on here, and it does go all the way around. It's not just around the neck, it goes all the way around because this is a rectangle cardigan, so I done it all the way around. But because that was the only black, I wanted something on the sleeves to kind of tie in. Also, if you have been crocheting for a while, you know sometimes your ends don't look seamless unless you go around and do a single crochet of the same color or a different color. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted something a little bit more, boop, you know. So I done the black fur. The fur I used was, there is one by Line Brand, and you can really use any fur, but they didn't have any at my local Walmart or Martin's, or not Martin's, but Michael's of the fur. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I've got the Fur for Love, or Fur the Love, and just in the basic black. It was $9.99 if you don't get it on the 30% off week. If you get it on 30% off week, then you'll get it 30% off. I bought 2 balls of this, but only used one for it to go around the whole bottom part of it and the sleeve, and I probably had a good 12 inches left over. So if you definitely want to do like an extra row here, I would go ahead and get 2 balls. I got 2 balls just to be on the safe side. But that's really, I mean, all I did with the cardigan as far as the fur goes. When I done my seams, and I think I done showed you guys, I just done a slip stitch on the seams to sew it up until I got to the arm part, and then also done a slip stitch here. The only thing that I am going to go back and fix is that right there. I feel like that's a little too loose, so I'm probably going to tighten that up a little bit. When I went to go to put the sleeve in, let me see here. What I did, like I said, I'm bad at sewing in my ends. I need to do that, but I'm really bad about that. But what I did is I just went through and I done a slip stitch. You can see I had to use a different red right there because I actually ran out of this color, so I did use a different red right there, and it was still a 4-weight worsted weight yarn, so I still did use the same weight. I just had to use a different color. But what I did is I just done a slip stitch through there. But when I done it, I made sure that my arm was on the outside part of the cardigan, the way that I wanted it to be worn, because I didn't want my seams to show. So you just want to turn it right side out if you do it the way I did. And then I just brought my sleeve up in here, the edge of it, and then I just slip stitched all the way around one time. And then of course, just for a little bit of extra added security, I did knot this just because I like it to be extra secure instead of just weaving in my ends. Some people, they just like to weave in their ends. They feel like it's secure enough. But when I'm doing something I'm going to wear, I like knots, especially if I'm adding a sleeve or something like that to it. I want to knot it to make sure it stays when I wash it. Now, with that being said, this will be hand washed only. Normally when I hand wash my things, sorry, I've wore it to work already and it got some hair on it. But when I hand wash my things, I will just put it, if it's small enough to put in like just a little tote, a little flat tote, I'll do it in there. Like if it's a pair of socks or something, I'll lay them out flat to dry. Something like this, I'm probably going to clean my tub real good, put my washing soap in the tub, kind of turn it, spin it around, get it all sudsy, and then put this in there and just kind of scrunch it like this, and maybe even like, just lightly like rub it together to get any smells or any discoloration off of it. When you do red, black, any bright color, do not be surprised if your water turns a different color or the color of the yarn, because some of the dye will come out. So I always use cold water when I wash, whether it actually being just my clothes in the washer, my black clothes, it keeps them looking blacker, or it keeps them black. It don't like wash them out or anything. So I always use cold water. But definitely with something like this, I'm going to use cold. That makes the dye not bleed as bad. Especially if you have hand-dyed yarn, I do suggest to hand wash that, because that yarn is been hand-dyed, and I've done one hand-dyed hank and I threw it in the washer because it was just a cowl, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna throw it in the washer. And it didn't destroy the colorway that they hand-dyed it with, but it did look a little, I had one skein. I think in one before I said I hadn't had any hand-dyed yarn, but I forgot I had that one skein, and I actually gave that cowl to a friend because she really liked the color after I washed it. And I was just like, okay, whatever, here, it's a gift. So I gave it to her, and that's why I forgot about it. But these will bleed. Reds, blacks, depending on if you do like a dark green, a light green, or a lime green. I haven't had a problem out of the light or lime green, but the dark green does fade a lot, especially like that Christmas green. The one I used to use by Red Heart was St. Patty's or Patty Lock or something like that, and it bled pretty bad. It still was a dark green, but my water was very, very dark when I got done. So just be careful when you do that. As far as the fur goes, I will lay it out flat to dry, but then I'll probably just throw it in the dryer for like a quick fluff to fluff this yarn, to fluff the fur part back up. And sometimes you will have fur come out if you are vigorously washing it. So if you do use the fur, definitely do not throw this in the washer, because it will also mat together harder in the washer, and it's harder to get that fluff back. But that's what I do. I just hand wash it in the tub, and then lay it out flat to dry, and then I just throw it in there with a quick fluff to fluff the yarn back up. But this by far is probably my favorite cardigan I've made so far. I've made a couple others and I just didn't really finish them. But this one is actually like really comfortable for me because it is made with the back stitch, so it's able to stretch and move with me. And yes, it is warm. I didn't think it was going to be warm because it did have the stretchy in there, but it's definitely a lot warmer than what I thought it was going to be. And the one thing I love about a rectangle cardigan is the fact that before the sewed-in piece was on, the non-sewed-in piece was on this side. Now it's here. So you can really put it on upside down and you're not going to be able to, nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know. We might do a TikTok. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. How will they know? We may have to do a TikTok with this cardigan. But this is just a simple cardigan, great for beginners. If you've never done one, it's really super easy. I will suggest, though, that like when you do one arm, make sure you count the stitches going this way so you can get this arm done, because I got this one just a little bit longer than the other one, but I'm okay with that. I mean, you know, who's going to know? Nobody's going to know, except for you guys that are watching my video, and I just told you. But I just really am in love with this cardigan and how it fits, how it feels. It will be great for wearing around Christmas, around the Christmas holiday, Valentine's. And of course you make it longer if you want to make it longer by measuring from your shoulder down to where you want it. I measured mine from my shoulder down to about my mid-thigh, and it actually comes right below my bottom when I wear it. But I just really enjoy this one. If you guys have any suggestions on what maybe you want me to make next, I'm planning on making a choker next. But I just want to get on here and show you guys how to finish this up and how I did mine, since I just posted the other video. But like I said, I'm sorry, I've been MIA, I've been moving, problems with the vehicle, trying to get all that fixed. But that's really it for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.